Hello, people! Before we get to doing the rest of the Oblivion episodes and editing and such, I've come here to describe the good old Oblivion build I got going on. It ain't the best, it's a work in progress, but we already have some typical folks going, "Oh, that's not the perfect difficulty. You made it on easier mode because this and this. No, 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 no. I use the exploits and stuff that are from Oblivion and also the leveling skills to make things work the way I do. I like to utilize quests. I like to rely on followers in the beginning and work my way up until I can eventually be independent. So we're super close to doing that in most things, like the arena or most Dark Brotherhood assassination quests. But can we fight a guard? Absolutely not. Can I fight a most of the Oblivion creatures? Usually, but we're a vampire too, which gives us the buff to hand to hand. But I have this ridiculous weakness to fire, which I will show you because we are going to talk about the current stats. So also I want to show the level as well. Let's go here. And actually, before we even go about that, just check this out. Everybody sees this screen. We're all good. Okay, let's continue. So we're on the level. We're 19 currently. I made sure to pick a adventurer class because I wanted to be also the Lord, which gets me magic resistance, increases my armor, gives you all the stereotypical resistances to most things that happen. And I also picked Imperial because they also specialize in almost the same stuff as the Lord sign. So here's the in general stats we have currently. I made sure to have agility so I could have a lot of just skill and overall weapons for when I level those. Also my stamina, which is very important for this type of thing. That's also what this endurance is for as well, to have health. I got my strength up, and then here's the overall main things I level. Like block is about halfway done. I don't use it too often, but heavy armor and light armor I interchange between them both. So instead of just wearing a whole set, I wear both. That way they level and they will give me more resistance as time goes on. The more I get hit, should I get hit, which is bound to happen. And between that, we do armor, which is from my repair hammer ridiculous arsenal, which is down to 15 right now. To get those, extra levels in between combat or something stops and whatnot. I also did some Brotherhood quests, which gives me Scales of Pitiless Justice. They don't let you see the stats on them, but when you talk to the guy, you do see your stats change. I can even drop them here. It'll probably show its activation. They give you, I think, a draining of luck or willpower. Oh, there we go. Yep. So strength, agility, and intelligence and personality gets 2. And then it's something else got minus. So, yeah, it's a good little extra buff. And now I don't have my current regular armor. I did sold that, whatever. But I do have enough things that give me a ridiculous amount of buffs, like this Brotherhood hood. I will eventually get the Dark Brotherhood True Silencer or Speaker hood, which is the plan. But everything I have has to do with like defense or fire shield, for example. It may say like, oh, fire shield. Most people think that's resistant to fire. All it does is add a shield to your body and acts as a defensive measure. This one here gets me 8 defense and has good old resistance to magic. So even though I have my vampire debuff of weakness to fire, as long as I'm on level 1 vampirism, which I usually feed and don't go to sleep often, I'm 20% like weak to fire. But if you get a little item here that gives you 25%, I think 25 is higher than 20. So that makes sense, right? So that means I have fire resistance of a normal player, just about, that's not a vampire. And we have more like shielding type of things. The pants here gives me resistance to poison halfway. I got some resist normal weapons, and I did have another one that had a higher percentage in my earlier videos, but I sold that too. That was the Dwemer armor. I regret my decisions, but I don't feel like rewinding my saves again because this is the second character I have, and there's the other frost shield and more extra buffs. Now, as for getting my true like punch going on, like that crazy like damage that we saw in the arena, I do a mixture of things. So I got a personally made spell, And I made sure to name them this time. That's why I reloaded the save. One's called Unga, the other one's True Punch. So the True Punch will fortify my hand-to-hand by 100 points, and Unga 100 points for my strength. They only last a little bit, and I only have so much magic, so usually what I do is I pop in a hot bar, like a potion, and I'll use Protect as well to just give me that little simple extra shield. But while this is like equipped, I'll replace Easy Lock with sorcery potions, which give you more magic, or they refill your magicka. So that's cool. So I could just kind of endlessly cast this, because once I cast this, boom, all magic gone. And it's almost the lowest tier version of the spell too, which kind of sucks. And this is actually where you make these things. You don't have to join the Mages Guild, or not Mages Guild. Well, yes, the Mages Guild. You have to do all the way to the you become the leader type of jam, like Archmage or some shit. You get a Frostcrack Spire for the one I'm doing now, but for the Mage Guild one, you would go to Arcane University. There's a little back area with a booklet that's going to be the same as this one, which I'm about to show you. And it used to cost a lot more gold, so people would always have to reduce to duping or looting huge heavy places with prices. But here you can enchant your gear. I can go on, let's say I wanted to make this cheap vest powerful. I would have a soul gem here, and then on the other R2 button with the skull, which is not available right now because I don't have a gem, would be like, this same meter from this one, where I can go, okay, I want to have a lot of shield, but I want it to be a casting of self. I would put the magnitude on highest, let's say, and let's say my restoration was 100. I would make this duration all the way up, because I do have 6,000 gold, but it says I have to have alteration or restoration of 100 or close to, so I would have to train that skill, of course. But now, see, that gives me a 100% buff as well. But I think this is because it's this and not the Archmage place, because I think the Archmage place, you do get to make your legit spells yourself, because I think that's where you get to put the big money and attach multiple enchantments into one thing. Because I remember having like gauntlets that had not just fortify hand-to-hand combat like these ones do, but it had fortify blade, it had fortify health, fortify magic resistance, it had like spell countering as well. Like it was all of that good shit. But now to just give a demonstration, even without the spells, like the other move sets I talked about, like where if you have weapons or if you have the fist out right now, like for example, a strong attack, kind of just like a quick swing, but a strong attack when crouching, even if I am seen, I get to do this little charge jab, which is a millisecond faster than this, which is cool. So it does more damage too because you're crouched, and that's why I level sneak, because sometimes enemies randomly stop detecting you even if you are right in front of them, and during that time I randomly see like sneak damage 3 times or something, so I'm able to hit that critical. So we're gonna go to a place where I know is a goblin, and as you saw in the beginning, the difficulty. So I went and tried this recently just to extra guarantee that I don't have any issues. So this time it's a mage goblin. This sucks. So we might die from this one, but I can still do the exact same strategy as long as this thing doesn't kill me. But this is kind of what I do, where I kind of just bounce around. I might heal a couple of times, like we do, especially in some of the clips to come. Just hit you with that. I'm trying to stun them so they stop casting all these spells. Now here comes the fatigue damage, if I can get it all. So, be relentless with it. Can't stop. And we're about to die, so I do have to pop a heal if I have any. And that we also do in those clips. Bam. Not quite the goblin I wanted to fight, but hey, we did it. So the reason why we were able to do that is because when you level your hand-to-hand, which I will show you once more, your journeyman and expert stuff starts going through armor and defense, and it starts dealing more fatigue damage. Now I wanted to be 100, so that way I can have even more fatigue damage, which is the goal. But that's why we have True Punch, because I think it might breach that potentially, or not, because it's not the true stat. But still, it comes in handy, as you saw. Like, I basically stun looped this goblin here, so that's why we're able to just kind of chill with this master difficulty. It's because I found like my own little playstyle exploit semi thing. So it's kind of like playing a PvP game where instead of just dealing out the most damage or doing the most critical and whatnot, I instead rely on stunning. So I can just kind of infinitely stun, and it gives me a chance to just do more damage. So I think that pretty much sums it up. I'm gonna go back to editing now. So it was fun giving y'all this little explanation. I definitely did mention I have a lot to work on it, so yeah, that's all.